value, and around that seed value, guys, you will select the random rows, and every time it will pick the same number of rows. Okay, same rows we can say for training, and every time we'll get the accuracy. Now I am having that 10 students, right? And every student has set their seed value 123. So every student will be, having same rows for training, guys. Understood now? And we will get the same result every time when we execute the code. This is the use of seed value in this particular, the machine learning. Any question in the seed value, guys? Why we are, using seed value?
Okay, I understand the randomized algorithm or definition of random. But again, what is seed?
Okay, let me tell you. So suppose in my class 10 students are there. Okay, and I
Okay.
have selected 123 as a seed value. That is base. Seed is my base. Okay, so seed will remember what are the different rows I have selected for training. Suppose I am having 10 rows. Okay, so out of that 10 rows, I have selected first row, I have selected third row, I have selected ninth row, I have selected 10th row for training. So this is what the number it will remember every time. And every time when you run the code, it will select these rows only. First, third, 8, 9 kind of. Every time it will select same rows for training. Understood now?
Hmm.
No? Let me just give a simple example again. Okay, here. Can you see my screen now? Okay. Let us say I am having, for example, one. Okay, these are, let us consider these are the rows, row number. Row number one, row number two, row number three, row number four, like this. I'm having how many rows, guys, here? 10 rows. Okay, out of these 10 rows, I want to take 80% data. So how many rows I should select for training, guys?
8 rows.
8 rows, right? I have set the seed value 123. Okay, so 120, whenever I'm setting the seed value 123, so this 123 will remember which rows I am going to select. So let's say for training I have selected 2, okay, then 3, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 9, then 10, and one more is like 1. Okay, this is for training. And for testing, what are the different rows we expect? 5 and 7. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Any question till now?
Sir,
No.
set seed value is how we obtain that? Means by mean
It
or
is
between.
any number, any number. You can have any number, integer number we are expecting. Okay.
Okay.
1 to n number of, like any number you can select.
Only 3-digit number.
It's not compulsory. Okay. It's
Sir,
not.
what is the relation of 123 seat value with this your example 1 to 10
There
rows?
is no relation. So where this is just an base. Okay. This seed function will just remember. Okay. For this 123 seed, we have selected these rows for training, row numbers. Okay. And
Okay.
now when we execute, now let us consider I have trained my model. Okay. And my model achieved 80% accurate result. Okay. 80% accurate result. And again,
Yes.
I want to run my code. Again, I want to run my code. But then again, the randomization will happen, right?
Yes, sir.
To select the training record. So I have selected 123 seed. So every time it will select these rows for training. Getting it? Every time it will select these rows for training. So tell me now what will be the accuracy of my model?
will keep 80%.
80%, right? It will be 80% only. Again, if I run the model again, what will be my accuracy? 80%
Yes.
because
Same.
my
It will be
rows
same.
are not changing every time. Agree with
Yeah.
this?
Yes.
Right? Let us take another scenario now. Suppose I haven't selected seed value. Okay, I haven't selected seed value. Then first time my model has selected these number of rows for training and these number of rows for testing. Okay, I will get 80% result. Again, I will run the code for training. I will select, for example, 1, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 7, then 5, right? Then 10, or maybe another one is 3. Or we can, yeah, 3.
Get
So this is,
different results.
this is
Okay.
different, right?
Different.
Different set than this.
Yeah.
So there
So
may be a
different accuracy.
chances. Yeah, there may be a chances like the noise will be there in a row. So we'll get the 60% data, 60% accurate result because rows are different for training.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
And this is why we need to select the seed value to just, keep our accuracy constant. And if our accuracy is constant, then we will use different hyperparameter tuning to just improve the accuracy, right? And that's why seed value is very, very important to just avoid the kind of, randomness in your accuracy. That's it. Understood now what is the use of seed?
Okay. In other way, we can say कि a 123 seed 123 is just number to call 80% result.
Yeah,
Right.
not a 80% result. This is an example I'm giving.
Okay.
We
We put
can-
a okay.
Can
We
say
put a
maintain the accuracy.
No,
Yeah.
no. It is not related to accuracy at all.
no.
It is
So we can
related
say
to it is related to the rows who are getting selected for training. Okay.
Okay. Let me
so
explain.
means we are always maintain the seed value for training the data.
Yes, we always maintain the seed value to get the same rows for training every time.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. Next, who want to say?
So this
anything?
sorry, this number 126 could be 426, right? It could be any number,
It
right?
could be any number. Yeah, it could be any number. It's not compulsory to have only 123. You can have the 4-digit number also. But every time you can see online 123 is very famous number.
Okay. In other way, we can say in our language that suppose that we are testing 100 people for COVID test.
Right.
Okay. Every time we select a different person in 10 rows, and the result will be always different. 80% for 80, 20%. In second line, 60 and 40, and we just put a name. Okay, 80% for this number, 30% for this number or this number. If we call seed 123 seed, we receive
No.
one file.
You are going wrong. So every time the percentage would be same, 80-20 only. Okay. But in that 80, which person you have selected? Okay. Suppose you are numbering the person 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So every cycle you should select the same person. This is what the seed is. Do not vary your percentage of the sample. Okay. That is a different approach.
Sir, please repeat this example once again, not 30.
So you can see on the screen 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. Let us say these all are the person I am having. Okay. And I am conducting a different test on these persons. Okay.
Mm.
So for first test, I have selected these person. Can you see? These
Yes.
person for testing. Okay. So I will get some result. Okay. Again, I will go and take the another test. Again, in the next test, I will select the same person. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Again, if I conduct the third test, again, I will select what? The same person. I'm not going to change the person. So 5 and 7 will always be in the testing. It will not go in the training. Getting?
Yes.
This will be done with the help of which value? Seed value.
Sir, this is means fixed 1, 2, 3. We will always take.
This is the random number I have written. But if suppose I have run an algorithm first time, at that particular time, what rows that algorithm has selected, it will keep that continue, right? You know, the next step. Again, the same rows. Again, the next step. Again, the same rows. Okay. So first time it should be, you know, randomized. Then the next one will select that rows only for the next process.
Okay, Amit, in
So we
Q&A, you
cannot
can
change
see,
a seed number in next time.
You
Means
can
we
change
should-
that, but you will get the different result.
Okay, for getting same result, means the row gets selected for first time. It
Yeah.
will be okay. Got it now.
Now go ahead.
Amit, you can see in Q&A, I sent something, some numbers. Okay, 80% is equal to 12, 70% 14, 30% 17. Every time we call 12, system will show 80%.
Mhm.
Correct? In seed, we can say seed 12, seed 14, seed 17. When we call seed 14, system will show 70%. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, in this way we are going.
Yeah. Suppose you are selecting seed 12. For that, we'll get the different result.
Okay, this is just like similar NumPy, they are a memory. We have a file 123. In 123 file, we have a 80% result. 124, there are 60% result. When we call 123, it will show 80% result. Correct?
Right. Every time. Yeah. So seed will remember what rows you have selected for training. That memory is used to, you know, just maintain those rows in next test.
Okay. Like a file number.
Yes.
Now understand.
This is internally happening. Okay. We don't have to do, but we just have to set the seed value. That's it. Okay.
Now understand.
I hope now you all are clear with this seed. Very, very important, guys. Very important concept. Okay. Just try to understand that. All right. Next is so
In
let's
future,
have a look on
we will
this.
learn to put a seed value.
Yeah, let's have a look on this. Okay.
Okay.
So this is again, you know, the, for example, let me just uh, so can you see here the every time the random number is same, I'm executing that multiple times. Can you see this? Is there any changes in the random number, guys?
No, sir.
No. Let's comment this particular seed value. And now check. Now we are getting different result every time. Can you see this?
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is the use of seed value, guys, to keep those records maintained. See, every time when I'm executing this, we'll get the different numbers. But when I set a random seed, that seed value, every time we'll get the same number. See. I hope now this is clear, seed.
Yeah,
sir.
but what is the use of np.random after dot
Yeah, see
rank 3?
this is what we are creating the record. We are creating the number. Random numbers. 3 random numbers I have created.
Okay.
So random number could be any number it should create, right? But when it the seed value, it will forget the random kind of approach and it will just keep that, numbers every time. See this. This is just to create an random numbers. How many numbers we need to create? 3 numbers. Go ahead and do this in your system, guys.
Although this is a random, but show the same result.
Hi, Amit sir.
Yes.
Sir, I have a question that for every seed value, Python compiler make a new rule or they just allocated a one memory key?
Yeah, like there is no rule. It just an, you can see now number has changed, right? It just an a reference. Okay, it will take and it will just create the random number around that reference. So every time it will just remember that number only. Now, how it works internally, that is a different story, guys. It's having its own implementation.
Okay, okay.
Understand the use of it. Okay.
Rank 3 is a column 3, correct?
Yeah, no, it's a number. How many random number you have to generate?
Okay.
This rand means what? It's a random number. This rand is the function present in which package? Which module? Random module. This module is present in which package? NumPy package.
Fine.
Okay.
Means NumPy package random is a
Module.
module or it's a method or definition?
No. NumPy is the package. Random is the module. And rand is what? The function present in that module.
Okay, sir, now got it.
Amit, one question. So regarding suppose we have 10 students, so how seed will decide like out of 10, suppose if we'll use
It's a
seed,
random. It's a random.
but
So
it is not the accurate result. Then
accurate means
suppose out of 10 students, suppose 80% if they want to for the seed, if we'll use 80% as good rank or kind of thing. So if you want to
we
get
are not using seed for finding out the rank at all. What we are using seed is to just selecting the student randomly. Suppose you are having
But
10
for example, can we use the seed for like one person, one of students said like, for COVID test kind of thing, for example, 80% I think seed is taking for the best sample kind of thing, or it is some random, it will fix in the memory.
So seed will not generate any result. Okay, seed will not generate any number. Okay, so rand function is generating the numbers, right? And to keep that number every time, seed will just give a reference. So you have given one example of student, right? Suppose you are having 10 students and you want to perform, for example, IQ test on randomly selected student. Getting it? So seed will decide which student you have to select. And then for IQ, you will have a different approach. Are you getting it?
Okay. Got it.
Seed will not decide the rank, or seed will not decide any kind of COVID result, nothing. It will just decide which sample you have to select. That's it.
But if I'll change the number inside that seed, then the value will change, right? It will again
Yeah.
change
Suppose
the
10 students are there. Okay. In that, suppose I have selected 12 as a seed. Okay, so 12 will select first student, third student, fifth student, okay, 7th student for training. Suppose I have selected 13 as a seed. So it will select second student, fourth student, any random student it will select.
Okay.
And
That means
will,
we need to adjust as per our requirement to seed, right?
Yes.
For out of 10. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
Sir, NumPy library is not importing in my system.
What is happening there? What is the error?
Module not found error.
Which module not found? So go ahead and import NumPy as NP.
Yes, sir, no module name NumPy. Okay. Yeah, yes, sir, I have done this. Import NumPy as NP, but it is still now it is giving error.
Can you execute that cell, import NumPy as NP first?
Okay, sir.
Execute that and then execute this one.
Sir, that statement alone I have executed, but it is means not giving the correct
Write
name.
down this pip install numpy. Exclamatory sign pip install numpy.
In our command prompt.
Yes, here itself.
Okay, here it's
In Jupyter Notebook, yeah, you can do that, or even you can use command prompt to write pip install numpy. Any will work. Okay, let's go ahead. And here random state is again another same like the seed value. You can use this function to, set your seed value. You can see every time we'll get the same numbers. Can you see this? It acts as a seed value itself. Okay, random state. Either we can use seed or we can use random state class to generate
Work,
the weights.
work is similar.
Yes.
It is not giving any error or any print statement like any anything output.
So is it still executing in that? See here in this particular bracket, there is star, right, at your place. Here, can you see the star?
Yes, sir. I can see the progress also here. Now just it started. Thank you, sir. Got it.
Okay, then next is generate the random sample between interval like 0 and 1. For that, we'll be using rand function. Okay, np.rand, it will give only one number. If you want more numbers, just write down the count here and check. It will generate the number between 0 and 1. Try this one.
Yes, every time is different.
Sorry?
The number every time is different.
Yeah, random number it is generating.
If you call this as NP random state with number, then it will be stable with one number.
So which number? You want a random number, right? It's not a fixed number then.
Yes. No, the question is if we'll go with seed,
Yeah. So every time it will generate same number.
After successfully installed, it is given a warning, and now it is giving the same error it was previously given. NumPy is not recognized. Like,
Can you share the
yes,
warning or whatever it
on
is in the
chat I have shared in chat.
Okay, let me check that. Can you restart your kernel and check if it is not working? Then use Google Colab.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Restart the kernel first and then check. Otherwise, use Google Colab. All right, next is 2D array, random 2D array. This is the way 3, 3. Whatever the matrix you want, 4 rows, 3 columns, that will generate. You can see 4, 3, 6. This is 3-dimensional array. It can generate, but don't go for that. Okay, just check about 2-dimensional array. You can easily visualize that.
Now it is working, sir.
Okay. Right. Then let's go ahead and have some statistical, functions. Normal distribution. Have you heard about the standard normal distribution, guys? By any chance? Whose mean is equal to 0 and standard deviation or variance will be 1. That is what your Gaussian distribution, or we call it as normal distribution. Okay, so to generate this particular numbers which would be in the normal distribution, then you can just use this rand n function. N stands for normal distribution. So when we have this kind of numbers and when we plot these numbers on graph, we will get the bell-shaped curve. So have you heard about this Gaussian distribution in mathematics ever, guys?
What is?
I think it's fully there is one concept, right? Distribution. There, when we try to plot the graph of normally distributed data, then it will be your bell-shaped curve, which is symmetric diagram. If you are not aware, then that is completely okay. We'll be learning that in a statistics course. But we will generate the random numbers which will follow the random Gaussian distribution, that is normal distribution.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You're using a famous theory of this bell-shaped curve.
Yeah.
Could we explain again? The mean 0, var 1, y.
Mean, when we have a mean equal to 0 and variance equal to 1. Okay, when we have this, then our data is in normal distribution. Okay, and that follows the Gaussian distribution, and which will have an bell-shaped curve. So if we talk about linear regression model in machine learning, so linear regression model always expect our data in. Can you mute, guys, please? So in the assumption of linear regression is our data should be in normal distribution. So every time when we apply the model, we need to check the distribution of our data. If it is in normal distribution, then that data having mean 0 and variance equal to 1. Okay. So such kind of data we can generate with the help of rand n function. And this is what the function which allow us to generate the normally distributed data. It is random n. So you will understand that in statistics, guys. Don't worry about this. There is different, thing about this particular data, or maybe the concept. We'll learn that in detail in the next upcoming classes. So let's generate some integers in given interval. Okay, interval in the sense from to, right? So for that we'll be using rand int function. it will generate 1 to 10, starting from 1 to 10. Okay. And it will be your, this, what we can say is the random number it will generate. Okay. What is this I8, guys? Do you know what is I8 is?
No, sir.
It's an integer.
It's an integer. Let's go ahead and check some, codes of data type. I believe like I have shared this in our previous classes, but yeah, here it is. Can you see for int 8, we have I1 code. For U means what, guys? What is U here?
Unsigned.
Unsigned, right?
Unsigned.
Yeah, for that we are
Unsigned.
having U1 again. For int 16, we are having what? I2. Okay. Again, for int 32, what I am having? I4. Int 64, what I am having, guys? I8. So for in our case, in this case, what it will generate? There
Int
was
64.
I8, right?
Yes, sir. Int 64 now.
Right. So it will generate some numbers. I8 means int 64. Okay. High, low, size, and then data type. How many numbers we want? So let's say, for example, I want 11 numbers. Is it possible, guys, to generate 11 numbers?
No.
Yes,
Oh.
it is. How? It is random number, right? How many 11
Yes.
number we want to generate? 11 numbers. That number should be between 1 to 10. Okay. If you want to generate 1000 numbers, also okay. 100 numbers, also okay, right? Suppose I am writing F2 here, then F8, suppose. What will happen, guys? You can see it will generate randint. Okay, here only we are using randint function. So we need to write I. You can write UI here. UI is okay. UI. What is the symbol for UI8? Do you know this?
I think UI1. UI
U
U1.
U1. For 64, you are having only U8. It's not an I there, U8. Not an I there. Now the numbers are there. Okay. Then next one is generate the floating point number. Okay, we have generated what? The integer now. So now let's generate the floating point. So for that, what thing we are going to use, guys? Sample, then random, then randf, okay, ranf, and then np.random.sample. These are the few methods we can just use to generate the floating point numbers. You can set a seed value and check every time it is coming same or not.
So it is giving error. Name I8 is not defined.
I8 is not defined. Is it small or capital what?
Small I, sir.
I am getting the result. Why you are not? It should be in code, right? I believe you haven't given the code there.
Yes, sir, correct.
Please enclose that in the code.
So what the difference between random underscore sample and random? Both are same?
So there is no difference. Both are generating the numbers only. Okay. But let's see. Okay.
Those are
Don't
looking
think-
like this object of
Sorry.
constructor for class module.
I'm not getting your question. Can you repeat again, please?
Yes, it is looking like objects for a class constructor. It's np.random.random sample like this. We were using in to display data for printing data.
Both are giving the numbers. Let me check the difference. Let me check the documentation. Very small difference. So guys, there is no difference. Okay.
Yeah, I think both are same. We can use any function, right?
Yeah, because I believe like this is simple nickname of that particular function.
If ranf also floatons, it's also giving same.
Yeah, because this is just an the proper version of random underscore sample. We can say it's an alias of this NP sample function. Sample function is the alias of random sample. Both are same, no difference. Okay, the next one is shuffle and arrange place. Okay, so let's go ahead and shuffle it. This is again important functions we'll be encountering with while writing the different machine learning algorithms. So you remember like range function from Python?
Yes, sir.
It will generate what?
Range, so like 1 to 10, like 10.
Integer number, right? And arrange function will generate float numbers. np.arrange actually. It's a NumPy function. It will generate the floating point numbers. Just check. So arrange function from NumPy will also, help us to generate the floating point range. Okay, and the next one is shuffle. So we have created this array. You can see using this arrange function. Okay, so this arrange function is having numbers 1 to 9. Let's shuffle that. Can you see now? I have shuffled. Now the numbers are this one. When I again execute this, see the result. The number will be changed. Can you see this? So if I want to see a same number again and again, then what should I do here, guys?
Seed we have provided seed.
You can set the seed value. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So can you put down the functions we have seen till now in the chat quickly?
What? Can you repeat it?
Sorry.
What you want in chat?
So whatever the functions we have seen till now, just try to recall all this and put. Why I'm asking this, because we are going ahead and ahead, right? And this is a single line of code. I believe like most of you are just listening the lecture, and few of them are just doing that. So at least try to recall what we have
Okay.
seen till now quickly. Okay. Okay, go ahead and then write down this permutation of array. We don't require this function, but you can do the permutation combination here. Permutation of array. I'm not aware with this particular concept in detail, but you can just check what is permutation.
What is the meaning of permutation?
Sorry.
What is the meaning of permutation?
Yeah, I am not
Like
aware of this mathematical term.
there is a something term like a permutation combination. It is a combination of something like statistical points. It is more like a probability term.
Just like we are having, suppose, some numbers and we need to arrange that, right? Who will be at what side and like that. If there may be a different chances, right? 5 will be a side of 7 or 1 or 6. Who will be the, or which number would be the next one after 6, or kind of things are there, and that is what the permutations is. That is the mathematical stuffs, but you can just check. There are such lots of functions available like in NumPy for mathematics. Okay, now we have seen all these functions, guys. Addition, subtraction for this, right? Add function, multiply function, then exponential, element wise exponential. Have we seen that?
The permutation is just a probability, I think so. because of combination of numbers, how many means if we throw a dice like it was something I'm recalling how
Right.
many possibilities will be there, like this permutation is like this kind of.
Yes. I'm not sure about the detailed the description of this, but that may be a correct one. Permutation and combination.
Just nothing. Permutation is the process of arranging objects in a set two and more.
Yes, arrangement, right? I mentioned that.
The definition is in chat books.
Yes. A simple arrangement of the numbers.
Two and more than two also.
Yes, sir, right.
Okay. The next one is element-wise exponential. So it just find out the exponential of the given number. Okay. Let's create the array first. Let's create the array first. Create this array, guys.
Array will empty randomly.
Sir, can you please will you please share this notebook with us, this NumPy
Yeah.
tutorial?
Yes. Okay. So
Sure, sir.
let's share that. Then we have seen this arithmetic operation, add, multiply, subtract. We have seen. Go ahead and do that NP dot exponential.
Your voice is not clear.
Sorry.
Your voice is not clear.
Now, can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yes.
NP dot exponential. This is again a mathematical term. E raised to something is what an exponential is. Okay. So we have that particular matrix we have created previously. This one. Okay, we are trying to find out the exponential of every number. So go ahead and calculate this by using the function ext. np dot ext in bracket arr. The next one is logarithm. This is important function, guys. We will be using multiple times while cleaning the data. Okay, so logarithm will find out the log of every number, and this will come under the transformation step, guys. So whenever we want to apply any machine learning algorithm, and if data is not in a proper shape, not in a normal distribution, or maybe not in a proper distribution, we can say, then we need to transform that. There are various steps of transformation. That is, first one is exponential transformation, logarithmic transformation, square root transformation, squared transformation, and cube root transformation and cube transformation. Okay, so this can be done with the help of NumPy arrays. So here you can see np.log in bracket arr. It will find out the logarithm of every number present in that particular array. Okay, so let me just give a simple example where we'll be using all this log, exponential, and this. Have you heard about skewed data, guys? Skewed.
No, sir.
Skewed graph, skewed data. Some, for example, I have given one simple example training set, right? In that I have 50 for yes and 30 is no, right? So when we plot this like the histogram of that particular column, then it will be inclined toward yes more, right? Than no. Are you getting it? Suppose we are having more rows for yes, then the curve will incline toward yes category, and that is called skewed graph, guys. Suppose we are having 50 for yes and 50 for no, then it will be our symmetric diagram. Okay, half diagram is for yes, half diagram is for no. for histogram. That is our symmetrical diagram. But if we are having imbalanced data, then that may generate the skewness in the data. And to remove this skewness, we'll be using this exponential transformation, square root transformation, or logarithmic transformation. Okay, so for that, these functions will be useful. So I hope you have done this logarithm, and we are going to see that, guys, practically. Don't worry about that. Just try to learn the function. I am not going to explain later what this log function will do. What is
Let
the
me.
use of log? Okay, I will just tell you, use logarithmic function to just transform the data. Then you have to come here, write down np.log, and then do this particular transformation. Okay.
Okay,
Then
it always
yeah,
in negative.
not like that. It depends on number, right? Log of 0, log of 1 is always 0, right? It depends on the number, right? So for example, I am, instead of, let me just copy this and add one more cell here. Do you know log, right? It is the base 10 now. Let's say 10. What is the log of 10 to the base 10? It will be like 2.30.
Okay. Two.
Okay, it's a base 10. So suppose I am writing log of 1, it will be 0. See this?
Zero.
Log of 0 will be what? Infinity,
Yeah.
right?
But we got logarithm.
Yeah.
What is a log? Full form of log? Logarithm.
Yes, logarithm.
Logarithm.
Yeah, logarithm.
And get it one. And so on.
You haven't heard about logarithm?
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
In maths, I think we're having that logarithm, right? Since from our schooling.
Yeah, but
believe.
log is like a sine theta, log theta.
No. That that is different. That is trigonometry. Okay. Sine, cos, tan, cosec, sec, cot. That will be a trigonometry. This logarithm and exponential. These are the two opposite terms. This will reduce our number. Just see the concept, guys. This machine learning is totally based on this concept. Okay. Please learn all these things. Linear algebra is very important for you. Calculus is very important for you if you want to learn the machine learning. Okay. So this is the prerequisite, guys. Please learn this concept. Very, very important. Okay, you can see here log 2. What is this? What is this 2 means?
Base of two.
Yeah, it's a
Base
base,
two.
right? Base of
Two.
2. Here, base of 10. Now I have explicitly defined that, right?
Yeah.
Here you can write only log, then it is also base 10. You can write base 10 or whatever the base you want. Okay.
Okay.
Then what is this SQRT?
Square root. Roots. Square root.
Square root of the given number.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what is this sign? Now you know what is sign, right?
Yeah.
Sine, cos,
Nine
tan,
cos
cosec.
nine.
Yeah.
Nine.
So sine, if you want to generate the sine wave, then we can have this kind of functions, right? We can generate these waves and then plot it. So sine, instead of sine, you can write cos also, tan also. Okay, let me just write down tan. These are very interesting terms, right, in mathematics.
Yeah.
Here, if I write cos, cosine values for given number. Okay.
These are not simple and easy. Sine, cos.
Yeah, I know that it's not no easy, but if you understand that properly, then it is, I think, easy. There are the various theorems, right, in this. So that's why it is like very difficult for everyone. but it can be used in signal processing a lot. Okay, sine cos. So we should aware with this at least two, sine cos tan.
Need to
All
find
this.
old books.
Okay. Now summation. We have seen this axis equal to 0 means what, guys? What is axis equal to 0? It will do some row
Column
wise,
wise.
right?
No,
Row
row.
wise.
Row wise.
Row.
When x equal to 1, then it will do somewhat.
Column.
If you are not
Column
mentioning
wise.
anything, then it will do the summation
Column.
of all the values, right? Then minimum, we have seen this mean max function, right, in the previous classes. What is arg mean, guys?
To find the minimum
Yes.
value.
It will give the index of that minimum value, right?
Minimum, yes.
We have seen that in the previous class.
In
And
this
to 0 means what? It will find the minimum value
Rows.
index row wise,
Rows.
right?
row wise.
Yeah. And argmax means what? This will, guys, this is
Index of
again very
maximum.
important. Yeah, it is again important. Okay. So suppose my algorithm has detected the two probabilities, that is 0.8 and 0.1. So from that we have to select 0.8, suppose. Then argmax will be useful. And when we say 0.8, that means it is nearest to 1. And that's why the answer will be 1. The person will have the cancer, for example. The answer is 1. Okay. Suppose the person will not have the cancer, then the negative value will be high, that is 0.8, and the positive value will be 0.1. So in that case, again, we'll select the maximum one, and our answer will be 0 if that person does not have the cancer. Okay. This is how it works, guys. And at that particular place, we'll be using what? This argmax and argmin for kind of functions. Okay. So the next one is so this is the same along the column. Okay, if we are not mentioning anything, then it will select the entire matrix, and from that it will select the minimum or maximum value.
Means
Okay.
0 for row and 1 for column.
Yes. Along the row, along the column. Okay. Okay, any question? All right, then I think this is the same thing.
Maximum and array 1, array 2.
Have we seen mean?
No, sir.
Can you
Mean not seen.
Yeah,
Median.
mean, median we have seen, right? Then percentile we have seen. Standard deviation and variance, have we seen this? Yes or no?
No, I think.
We'll go ahead and calculate that.
Sir,
The way we will
upcoming
use the standard deviation and variance.
Sorry.
The way we will use the standard deviation and variance.
Okay. So previously I have given one simple example. Okay, that linear regression wants the data is in a normal distribution, right, or Gaussian distribution. So we will find out whether our data is really following this kind of distribution by just plotting the graph, or maybe checking the min max value. Okay. If suppose my mean is suppose I'm having a age column. Okay, and my mean is for example 30. So what it means, so whatever the values present in the age column are around the 30 years age student, right? We can say like this. But if our data is vary, suppose in my age column, there are some, candidates who are having age 5. There are some student who are having age, having, for example, 100 years. So this kind of, variation need to find out.
It means we are taking average.
Yeah. So how far that particular value is from average? If it is very far, then we can call it as outlier. Means this is an error in the data. Getting it? So there we are going to use the standard deviation and variances.
Okay.
Good. How the data is varied. Okay. That is called the variance and standard deviation. We will see that in the statistics, guys. Okay. Don't worry. I'll give the simple example. We will have that kind of context set there that time. So you will definitely understand that. Okay.
Okay.
So to find out the variance, go ahead and use var. Okay. Also, we have seen this covariance and correlation, guys. I remember that we have seen this. With this particular file and check how it works and what it is and everything. Okay. And just practice it. Don't try to remember all these. Okay. Because there are a number of functions available in NumPy. Try to remember the useful functions. Okay. That we have seen in the class. There are a number of functions available, but remember these functions, guys, which are really related to statistics or machine learning or handling the data, shuffling the data, okay, or reshaping the data kind of approaches. You can just remember. Others you can just research that later. Okay, any question, guys?
No, sir. A few minutes ago, we were discussing about last assignments. Everybody was saying that facing challenges in solving these assignments, class and ops.
Okay.
Like that.
What is the challenge, guys, you are facing? Very simple questions are there. So what challenges you are facing? Can I know these challenges, please?
My challenge is till now I didn't complete. Then can we submit next week?
Just raise a query to Sajay. He can just.
Yes, I try to send a mail, but there is some problem with my Gmail ID. That's why I can't send.
Sir, I'm not how I know how to calculate the interest rate. Can I put it bit manual like
Simple interest.
Yeah, interest rate in bank account. We have a function how to see the interest rate.
At your end, how it is calculated?
No.
You don't know?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So you can refer any formula online and you can submit it.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, because there are different formulas in every region. Maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah. We are in Islam country. We have not interest rate. This is not forbidden for us. So I can calculate.
Yeah, you can use any formula available online to calculate the interest rate and just submit it.
Okay. Thanks.
Actually, in this question, you didn't ask for. Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, actually, in that question, you didn't ask how to calculate the interest rate. You are getting the input as an interest rate, and you are going to set it, show somewhere. That's all.
Okay, so we don't have to calculate the interest rate. We have to
access there is no calculation behind it.
Okay. So make a note. I think we don't have to calculate the interest rate. We have to just accept it from user, like 2.5, 3.5, 8.5 kind of interest rate you can accept. Okay.
Amit, can you please upload that file?
Yeah, I'm uploading that. Yeah. Any other queries, guys, from assignments?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, if you don't mind, can you just share your journey, how you started learning and what is the method you use to study all these languages? Because,
Python, you're saying?
sorry, sir?
Can you repeat your question, please?
Yeah, so if you don't mind, can you just share your journey, like how you started learning Python, NumPy, what
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
resources you studied?
So, yeah, from 2015 itself, I was, learning this particular Python language. So I was in the
Oh, okay.
development using Python only. But later, I just, this particular, terms are very new that time. So I learned all these things from the resources present online, like, official documentations of Python, official documentations of the libraries, right? And then, did some practice. So if you're learning right now, we never expect that you should know everything at that particular point. Okay, so you may forget different functions. You may remember very few functions from the functions you learn, but definitely the important one, you always try to create the cheat sheet, like the functions which are related to data handling. So you can just note it down and create the cheat sheet, and every time when you start learning, just open that cheat sheet and learn that, right? So in that way, like, I studied, and then um, I am now able to remember the functions which are at least, uh, we can use for data manipulation. But right now also, I am not able to remember, most of the functions from the different libraries. This is the very big challenge everyone is facing. And whenever you are working, there is no expectation that you should write, the function without referring any, online resources. So definitely you can, put the query how to uh, reshape the numpy array. So the Google itself will give you the result, but you should know how to use that particular function, right? That is main thing you should understand, and that will happen when you practice it. Okay, it's not like there is no worry that if you are not remembering the function, but you should know how to do it. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay, can you refresh the page and see whether this is updated or not?
So please share this file on chat window.
Yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Sorry, that just did that. Yeah, I have shared that. Just check. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining. See you in the next class.
comes to